Hello, South Park. How we are fearing today? Was that what you're hoping for?
Konnichiwa.
Today we're learning about the difference between Japan and China.
Did you know they're actually a different country?
Whoa.
Really?
I love that video with the dude who was like snowboarding, doing that with like his coat open.
Yeah.
He's like screaming. Dude, I like how that's becoming such a common thing. Welcome to the Useless Filler podcast. We have a lot to talk about today. There's so much stuff going on.
I know. But don't
Oh
like
boy.
I wanted to give you a little life update. I hinted at it a
Go
little
ahead.
bit earlier in the week. So as you know, we've had a excellent sponsorship in the past from Standing Desk, but I'm trying to
Yes.
secure the bag by getting Barefoot Shoes to sponsor us because let me tell you, much like the Standing Desk, now that I have them, I am better than other people. Let me
Yeah, wait,
tell
hold
you.
on. You got barefoot shoes? I thought when you sent me the picture, they look like Hey Dudes.
Uh, so they're Lems, Lems shoes. They're not so like when I say barefoot shoes, everyone's response is you absolute freak. You got those toe shoes. Like no. Wait. The whole gist of them is it's like not a lot or no padding on the bottom, very wide toe box for your feet to spread out, and zero drop heel.
No, I like those because I have a pair of Wittens right now, and my only issue with them, they're comfortable, but when I go on walks, I can feel every rock in the ground, and it
And it
does
yeah,
not feel good. Whereas these look like they have a little bit more at the bottom to them.
yeah, it's a little bit nicer.
So yeah, have you been washed over with a sense of superiority,
Yeah,
everybody?
dude. Yeah, I look around, I see all these piss ants wearing their Hokas and their Brooks and their Saucony running shoes with these like inch and a half thick foam soles. I'm like, please.
Brooks pretty expensive, or am I wrong?
They can be.
Whoa, Lems are kind of expensive too. So you have money.
Well, no. I got these on sale. I love a good deal.
Oh, of
Okay.
course you do.
It's like
These
normally
look kind of cool.
they're like what? Normally $150. I got these for 70.
Oh, damn. Dude, I really want a few pairs of On Clouds. They look pretty cool and very comfy, but they're also just very trendy. So
I
I
have
don't
a
know how I feel about that.
I have a pair of their running shoes.
Oh, how do you like them?
Well, I don't run,
Oh, we know.
so uh,
We
but I
know.
but again, they were on sale, so I got them for like $45. But
Oh, that's pretty good.
it's $180 shoe normally.
Dude, that's my issue is like the cool ones that I want, they're like upwards of 160, 70, and I'm like, "Ugh, dude, these are way overpriced. Way too
Sure.
much." But I did just get a new pair of shoes the other day for $50. Got some Nikes on Amazon because what else? You know?
Look at you go. You're winning.
I know, look at me go. Well, we are back and we have, God, just so much stuff to talk about. I would want to start off with something kind of interesting because it's a little bit shorter of a topic, and I'm allowed to talk about this because anime is related. We
Okay.
get to talk about Formula One for a few minutes.
Yeah, we do.
Boy, for those of you not familiar with Formula One, there's a team called Williams Racing, and they did a collaboration with Don recently. And it sucks too because like I think they're gonna release what the actual livery, which is just like what they kind of cover the car in as an aesthetic and a decal, like today or something. But I just haven't seen it. I've only sent you the rumors of what it's gonna look like,
Hell yeah. It
but
looks
it
so
looks pretty
wicked.
sweet. It's
It looks
sweet.
so
It just got Don all over it. And I think that's so cool. And for those of you who don't know, it's because they're racing in Japan this week, which is my favorite race of the year because it's like
Yes.
we get to see all the anime collaborations. Also, a really cool track for them to race on. But
Suzuka it's a top 5 track.
it's sweet. I
Easy.
mean, like, the track overlaps itself, so, like, they go under the track on one point of it, so it's pretty sweet, but you get all of, like, the cool ones, like, there's one team, Racing Bulls, they're doing, like, a cherry blossom design, I think, this year. They do a lot of other cool stuff, so just, like, the theme and the culture of it, dude, oh, it's so cool. If you wanna watch any racing, for Formula 1 of the year, this is, like, the Japan week is the week to do it, for
Yeah,
sure.
not Monaco.
Oh, we fucking hate Monaco, dude. God, I'm
Dude
so tired of it. Get rid of it.
dude, the most exciting part of Monaco is qualifying before the actual race because the race is a snooze fest.
Yeah, I know. It's dude, you saw what happened last year, right?
Yeah.
Fucking stupid it was where it was Williams. I will give them that. They're not great with strategy and making races fun, but they
No.
fucking held up the whole entire race to let their 2 drivers take a free pit so they could keep their positions. It's like, God, this is so boring. And they were like, "Oh, we're gonna make the cars smaller this year so we can keep Monaco in the mix." And I'm like, "Don't."
They're not even that much smaller.
They're smaller by like what, 6 inches?
Yeah, something like that. Like
That'll still be awesome.
not enough to pass.
Oh, not at all. Not at all. But either way, I absolutely saw that, livery for Williams, Don all over it, and I was pumped. I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'm rooting for Williams this week." Good time. By the time you listen to this, that race will already have happened, so you can go look it up and see what it looks like for yourself. And what is it? It's Haas. They have a Godzilla livery. I forgot about
I'm
it.
I am here for it.
You
Hell
see
yeah.
what it actually looks like? It looks a little bit different from what I sent you.
Let me see. Let me take a quick look.
Yeah, go look up the Haas Godzilla livery. It looks a little bit different. I think it's still red, but they do have Godzilla on it, and it's pretty sweet.
Okay, yeah, that's actually really cool.
Yeah, it's not bad, right?
No, that's
Not
pretty
bad.
sweet.
Yeah, I do think the other one that I showed you that I saw was pretty sweet and way cooler, but either way, this one, it's like the fractured look.
It looks really good.
It's very cool. Yeah, it looks really sweet. Oh, I love that. Yeah, I don't know if there's any other kind of cooler liveries this week, but I know Racing Bulls always does a cool one. Haas is really good, and then obviously we got a cool one for Williams. But so far we've had practice 1 and 2 happen, and I didn't see that they had the livery on for practice 1 and 2, but they posted earlier today, like, there's something special coming with the partnership between what is, the licensing
Oh,
agreement? No, not quite.
licensing company.
It was Undone, official license, the partnership for Williams and Don. The full yeah. So, anyways, hopefully we see something cool about, but who knows? Boy. Anyways. What do we
Guess
wanna
some
go on to next? What we have so much stuff to talk about. I don't know where we wanna go.
I say we just keep it rolling with some
Just
games, you know?
Oh, you wanna go with Crimson Desert? We have so much to talk about there.
I kinda want to play it. Like,
Hey, I'm the same way. I watched a really good video explaining a lot of it. Oh, I gotta read you something though that I saw the other day. I think I screenshotted it. Here it is. I saw this picture. People were referring to Crimson Desert as The Legend of Assassins Dark Fantasy 3 Breath of the Final Redemption Ring remake
mhm.
Kill of the Shadows. They tried to put like every game in there cuz it's like they're trying to like kind of culminate every single game into this one. But anyways, do you want to start off with first impressions on what you've seen so far and heard so far?
So I was looking and I saw a lot of people say basically what you just said. It's like, oh, they just kind of mashed a bunch of stuff together. And, fair point. But I did watch a video about how people aren't accurately reviewing that. And it sounds like you're being a real Poindexter, like with your adjusting your glasses and keeping your nose pointed up at people. But they pointed out, like, even the developers of the game said that it's not like an RPG. There are RPG elements, but the whole point of it was it's a big open world sandbox game. So They said, "Imagine getting upset at, like, GTA 5
Getting
for."
upset at Minecraft for having not no story or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Well," so the whole point of it was, like, people are reviewing it poorly based on something it's not trying to be or is not
Oh, that's a way to
supposed to
put it.
be.
Yeah, I like that.
So, like, if you go into it looking at it like, "Oh, it's gonna be this great in-depth, fleshed out RPG with all these, like, RPG mechanics and, progressions," like, you're gonna be disappointed. But if you go into it like, it's a sandbox and you can do whatever the hell you want, like, you might have a good time. The one thing I did see, and they are updating it. So, like, they made changes to, like, the maps, UI, upgrade paths, and I believe inventory space for your character, and that was, like, only a few days after it came out. So they're listening to the community, which big thumbs up. But yeah, I'm just kind of curious. Heavens, I'm never going to pay full price for it because I love a good deal. But if
That's right.
it goes on sale for like, I don't know, like 30, $40, like I might get into it.
Yeah, dude, everything you just said is just about exactly my thoughts. I've been so back and forth. So at first I was like, initial reviews not good. I can see why it's not good. And what really threw me off, it was like, yeah, the first tutorial piece takes you about 8 to 10 hours, and I'm like, oh, dude, go fuck yourself. I hate that. Put your good content in the beginning. Give me the good stuff first, then dial it back and let me understand what I'm getting myself into. But I have really turned around on this so far in the past, few weeks. And this is crazy. This is the first time we're talking about Crimson Desert, me and you. And I think we align pretty damn close. To get the quick and dirty out of the way from what I've heard story sucks. Let's just get that out of the way. There's no story. There's absolutely no story. Story sucks, but it's not they did even come out and say story was a little bit more of like, well, they had something planned and they weren't going to make this game as big. Then they made it big. And then they had very little story, so they had to spread it out and stretch it out. And so they kind of that's where they kind of transitioned to having just a sandbox of a game. Some other things and notes, like and you said it well as also, but they've been fixing things really fast. Like I've heard the inventory management was god awful, but
Mhm.
then they fixed that pretty quick. Even like you could see Pearl Abyss's stock value plummet on release, and it's actually gained back up since then because they're doing a lot of fixes to it and working on it. But I've heard the combat's pretty sweet, and then the controls are still god awful because you sent me a list of the controls that you need to do everything.
It's kind of crazy.
There's one guy that even said there's too many controls that overlap. So that do the same thing, like grappling and swinging a sword or something. I can't remember what
Mhm.
he said exactly, but I'm right where you are. Like, I think this game is gonna be really fucking good in a year. When
Yeah.
they update it, it's on sale. So I have no problem waiting until then because, me and you are just kind of the same page of we just don't really buy games on release anymore. So I think it's gonna be fantastic in a year. And I am super excited for it. I think so far, the release initially was not great, but once people have played it and figured it out, they're like, "Oh, this is interesting." And I think people are so critical of it at first, and we've kind of mentioned this already a little bit, but they're trying to compare it to things
Mm.
that it has no business being compared to. It's a sandbox that someone has made totally differently. It's not a Skyrim. It's not a Breath of the Wild. It's not an Elden Ring. It's none of those things. And for lack of better words, it's just way less than all of those, but it lets you just kind of do whatever you want. And it's one of those you're going to spend hours upon hours just doing random objectives and stuff because the world is so busy and stuff to do. But yeah, dude, the map looks crazy cool. I love that you can glide. They're actually working on stamina adjustments, like the traversing looks really cool. But yeah, this has been very interesting because it's so mixed on what people have been thinking about it.
I saw the age 30 plus gamers are our brethren.
Yes.
There was a lot of buzz around it because, you know, most people on there in their 30s are like, I'm a dad, I have young kids, like, I don't really get a whole lot of time to play. If this is something that I could just kinda, pick up, have fun, zone out at the end of the day before I go to bed, like, I'll do that. And they said it's
Yeah.
great for that. Now they did say, like you mentioned, first, like, 6 to 8 hours, kind of a slog, but they said once you get through that, it opens up and is a blast.
Yeah, that's what I've heard, and I would hope that in a year, they speed that up or something and expedite that because not everyone wants to do that. So I that's what I would imagine as well, and, I think it's one of those games too, if you're okay with every time you sit down to play this game, if you only have a few hours, not making a lot of progress, but having a lot of fun doing that, I think that's what this is gonna be great for. But I think overall, I feel very positively about this game. I would just wait about a year for them to polish it up, and they're gonna rely on the modding community a little bit to do some things for this game, and I think after a year, this game's gonna be fantastic. So, just wait a year, wait for that baby to go on sale, and you'll have a great game coming
Mm,
out.
speaking of great games that went on sale, I just got one that I've been eyeballing for a little bit.
Oh, please tell me about it, because I was telling you to not tell me about this game because I wanna hear more about it in the podcast.
I got Tainted Grail: Fall of Avalon.
I've
It,
been looking for a while, and it was so weird. I was so skeptical on the release. I was like, "Okay, this studio has no business making a game like this." But then it got pretty good reviews.
yeah,
So
people were saying, "Oh, it's a Skyrim wannabe. It's, an Oblivion wannabe. They're just standing on the shoulders of Bethesda." And I think to an extent, maybe, because
mhm.
it wouldn't have had the popularity in the genre maybe without those games, but also, I'll just say it, so far, it's better. It's
Really? In
better.
Skyrim?
Uh, at what
Cool.
like, maybe not from a size comparison, because I haven't made it through a whole lot of the game, and maybe I'll find out, but dude, writing already. I like ever the famous intro to Skyrim, you're about to get executed, then Alduin crashes the party.
Yeah.
In Tainted Grail, there is like a magic disease called the Red Death that is ripping through the land, and there's basically no cure. There's this force called, you're gonna love this, the weirdness,
That's all they call it?
but it's spelled with a Y, so it's really fun.
Uh, like the kinda like how they call something like the Erd tree or the whatever, they have a weird way of spelling it. Okay.
So it is basically just a force of chaos, and chaos not in the context of like evil, but chaos in the sense of complete random. So there have been instances where it can halt or cure the Red Death in people. Very rarely though, because if someone comes into contact with it, literally anything could happen. But the whole gist of the game is it's set in the aftermath of King Arthur's expansion of his kingdom. And you come into contact with a fragment of his soul in the
Mhm.
first like hour of the game, and it's collecting pieces of his soul to help rebuild the kingdom that's fallen into ruin. That's the general gist of it. And immediately I was like, hell yeah, I am
I'm in.
in. I am in. Not, oh my gosh, it's a dragon. I don't have to hear someone say, like, those are supposed to be dead.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
And it's like, well, I have no experience of that. It's all just kind of happening. So that's what I'm used to. But instead, you got to pick up pieces of dragons have been gone for ages now.
And you see him fucking everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah,
Every
dude.
10 minutes, you see a dragon. I
Yeah.
thought they were dead.
Yeah, dude. I walk out a Whiterun and then just boom, dragon. Like, okay, come on.
Yeah, they're fucking everywhere. It's crazy. Dude, so I was looking through the screenshots of this game. I will say, like, these screenshots are phenomenal. Like, my favorite ones, first of all, you get to one where this guy's casting a spell. There's these kind of undead guys. There's a giant sword in the background. And that makes me think of, like, Expedition 33 with all those swords in the background. It's like, who the fuck put that there? I want to know.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
that shit. And then the next one, you go a few more over, well, there's another sword in the background, but this is my favorite screenshot. It's this guy, the main character looks like he's casting maybe a spell, but there's this giant fucking bird flying up out of nowhere, and it looks like it doesn't even care for the character, which gets into my cosmic horror fascination of like, gods don't give a shit about you. And that's more terrifying than them caring about you or hating you.
Yeah.
And all these screenshots just sell me on the game. Yeah, we'll wait to hear what you have to say in a few weeks about this game, but I'm going to pick this up when it goes on sale too. Because how much did you get it on sale for?
I believe it was like $18.
Oh, that's good. It's almost been out a full year. Also, if you look at the reviews, there's not a single review I could see that was under 60 hours.
Yeah. I mean,
They've all
and
played it to the top.
I like we've all played Skyrim, you
Yeah.
know. The thing's been out for 15 years nearly. Combat was basically swing the sword, swing your weapon, do more damage than them, and you
Mhm.
win.
That was
They
pretty much
had
it.
they had blocking, but, like, if you just got good armor and use, like, smithing and alchemy exploits, you could just be a walking tank.
Yeah.
This is so far anyway, there's, like, an actual parry mechanic.
Really? For a first person? Oh, I
Yeah,
guess that makes sense to with your
there
sword or whatever.
yeah, there's a pairing mechanic, combat's dynamic, like, you can dash to get beside or behind enemies, which is really cool. Weapons feel weighty or fast, depending on what they are.
Sure.
Um, and there is an actual trade-off for, like, do I wanna hit harder and do more damage, but use way more stamina,
Mm,
and then I might not be able to dash and get around people? Or do I wanna run, like, lighter, faster weapons so I can move and be more agile, parry people, and all that? And then I haven't even begun to delve into the magic portion of it, but it all looks
gotcha.
very, very fleshed out and very cool. And the skill tree does not look nearly as, I don't wanna say, like, streamlined, maybe congested is the right word, as the, Skyrim one, where, like, you level up a weapon and you only really get benefits from putting skill points into that type of weapons or magic
Right.
skill tree. Like,
Mm.
there is crossover between, I told you a little bit, like, you can put points into different attributes, but then those attribute skill trees do and can transfer over to other weapons and abilities that you might not necessarily think that you'll need. So there's a lot of building that you can get away with.
How's, the stealth?
Hard.
Oh, really?
It is hard.
Yeah, I asked because I remember when I was playing Skyrim, every time I was like, "I'm gonna do a new build," and I just did stealth every single time.
This
In
thing.
Skyrim, like, you just have infinite stealth. You just go up behind people with a dagger and do times 4 damage, and they would die.
Dude,
So
it got so insane in that too, like, between sneaking, archery, and daggers, like, for some abilities, you could get, like, up to 15 times multiplier on damage.
yeah, dude, and I know sometimes, like, your stealth would be so good, you would just crouch in the middle of the fight, and the enemy would not know where you were.
And I was like, "Alright, well, I'm kinda taken out of this right now, this is
Yeah,
stupid."
yeah. Like, your stealth was just that good where you just crouch, and it'd be like, "You are hidden." I'm like, "How? We were just in the middle of a fight." But I'm like, "Whatever."
Yeah, okay. Yeah, okay, buddy, sure.
Sure. Yeah. How many hours you have in that so far?
2.
2 hours? Gotcha. Yeah,
So
I also started playing a new game and, probably yeah, okay, so I mentioned this before the podcast, I think the people will like that I said this. The 2 games that we're playing, we find to be have been very underrated, and we believe it is because they had a good launch.
yes.
No one knows about them because there was no drama between these 2 games that we have been playing. And so I have 32 hours in my game so far. Jesus, that's a lot for how recently I bought it. Um, but yeah, so I've been playing Remnant 2, and both these games have had good launches and releases, but no one talked about them because there was no drama behind them. So I think that was kind of interesting of a fact. Yeah, I'm guessing there was not really much drama with Tainted Grail, right?
No, I mean, it had a really smooth early access launch. Went into 1.0 in a reasonable amount of time, and they had a DLC, its first DLC release that was a very positive reception.
which is never you never see that ever. Positive DLC, they're always mixed or negative. Even remnants are all mixed. But yeah, dude, I have been having such a freaking blast with Remnant. And it's so funny. At first, I was kind of like having some of the frustrations of I don't know where to go. But I feel like I have been so babied over the years by games telling me exactly where to go that I'm like, I just have to go look for it. That's it. So like the maps and sizes of the maps, because there's separate areas and whatever. Each area is kind of a map, and sometimes an area will have 3 to 4 doors that you can go through to go to a new area. And it doesn't tell you which one you have to go to until you find it and it has a little exclamation point over it. But it doesn't tell you where it is. You just have to go looking around for it. And I was like, "Holy shit, I absolutely love that because I have to literally go explore. No one's holding my hand."
Mhm.
I think that's so fun. And then also, so in the first part of the game, you get 3 maps. There's Root Earth, I think, there's Yesha, and there's Narud. Oh, and the Labyrinth. And they all have like it's like kind of like the best way I can kind of describe it, this is stupid, but almost like a Kingdom Hearts style where you go into their world and you're looking to literally kill the biggest person there. That's your whole goal. Like in the beginning of the game, it's like there's this like god that's like, I need you to go kill big guys.
Hell yeah.
That's literally all he says. Like, I can't remember exactly what he says, but he's like, "I need you to go kill the big guys." So I kid you not, if I showed you gameplay, you'd be like, "Holy shit, you're not kidding." You go to every world, the first person you meet, you're like, "Hey, I'm looking for the big guy." That's literally it. So you get to my favorite place has been Narud. You get there, and then I go to this council, and then I'm like, "Hey, I'm looking for the big guy." And then they're like, "The big guy is dead, and this guy has taken his spot." And then I thought this was a cool story aspect. So the council's like, "We need you to actually find out which one of us on this council betrayed the council to help the new big guy kill the old big guy." And we need, because all of us would lie about it, and we need to find out which one was which. So you have a couple like, and it's like a super quick puzzle. They do not waste your time at all. Like this next part takes you maybe 10 minutes if you go quick and you can find everything out quick, but you find out who of the council betrayed them, they kill him, and then you go find the big guy.
Mhm. Hell
And
yeah.
you find out that there's 2 of him,
Oh,
and
jeez.
one of them starts calling you a dirty little mouse, and I love it. And then he's like, "I need you to go kill the other big guy that looks like me." And I'm like, fucking all right then." So I go over to the other big guy, and he's like super nice to me. He's like, "I need you to help me kill the other big guy because he's the one who killed the old one true king, and you need to go kill him." And so I go back to the other guy that was really mean to me. It's like a copy of him. They're in mirror worlds, by the way. It's kind of sweet too because they're mirror worlds. But if you look down, you can see the other big guy down there. So I think that was pretty cool. And then I go back to the other guy. I was like, "Hey, I met him, and he was pretty nice about it and said, you're the traitor." And he was like, "You little piece of shit mouse, it's not me." He just gets mad at me for it. So I'm like, "All right, I believe you." So I go kill the nice guy. Turns out that was the traitor. And then it's cool because you go back to him, and apparently you get certain equipment and items for what bosses you decide to kill. And you can re-roll the whole map, get new bosses in different areas. And then you can also fight the other bosses that you maybe chose not to kill to get the other stuff for your build. And I'm like, "Oh, that's cool." Or if you wanted to go grind, get more currency and stuff like that, I think that's super cool. Then there's been, and it's like kind of not an Elden Ring, but a Souls like ish. And it's pretty tough. There's been no point in time where I have been like, "Wow, I'm overpowered and I can just dominate anybody right now." And then there's so many classes. Like when you first start the game, you get access to 4 classes. And I go through the whole like half the game, get to level 10 in my class, which is the max level. and I find out there's 12 more of them. And also, it's cool, you can switch them out any point in time. Like, you can get all 13 and just switch. You have to level them up, but you can switch at any point in time. I'm like, "Oh, that's a fantastic mechanic." Then the guns are sweet. It's got some Monster Hunter-esque features to it. So you go kill a big bad guy, and then you get like an organ or like a piece of them, and you give it to somebody. They'd either turn it into a mod for your guns or a gun or a weapon itself, and it has aspects of that guy, that whatever who you killed. And I love that part about it. It's so fun. It's very difficult. I think there was one boss. Oh, it was this boss called the Ravager. Oh god, he took me probably 10 tries at least to kill because I had to be perfect because he would one shot me. But oh, it was so fun. And like, there's aspects of that boss where you can make decisions to betray him or side with him, whatever it is. And so there's so much option you can do. And yeah, your whole goal is just to go kill the big guys. God, it's so fun.
How
Can't
many
wait to play
times
more
did
of
you
it.
just say big guy in 5 minutes?
That's the whole game is you go kill the big guy. Like, you're gonna go play Remnant, you're like, "All right, I gotta go kill the big guy."
Tell me about these big guys. I gotta take them down.
You gotta catch their essences or whatever, but yeah, dude, super fun game. I have to still play through the DLC. It's such a breath of fresh air. It's so much fun. 'Cause,
It doesn't
you
hold your
played
hand.
'cause you played some of the first Remnant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's cool because like, you end up stumbling upon the base in Remnant 1, and
Ooh.
that ties into the story of Remnant 2. It's, like, way after Remnant 1. Oh, I love how they tie it together. It's not a perfect game by any means, but god damn it, is it, like, really fucking fun. I have a blast with it. Oh, and long story short, I'll just tie it in there because 'cause we're already here. I dropped Final Fantasy 16 after 20 hours.
'Cause
Didn't like it.
it was just so good.
Dude, it was so good, I didn't want it to end, so I stopped it. God, dude, like, the combat was cool. I love the Final Fantasy universe, which sucks, but dude, was it Ben English? Is that his name? The voice actor?
Sure.
Yeah, whatever. God, he has the most boring character. All the characters are so boring besides Sid. I and, like, they just, like, it's a slog. They just have so much filler of random shit that takes forever. I wanted to
Also
like it so bad.
it also kinda looks like, in Final Fantasy 15, it was an open world, right?
Yes, very open world.
Okay, it kinda looks like Square Enix went, "Alright, what if we took that and made it linear?"
Dude, it is the most linear game I have played in such a long time. Holy shit. It is literally I was keeping track of how many times I got into an area, and if I just went straight, I'd get to the next area, and it's every area.
Dude,
That's it.
it looks more like a character action game
Pretty
than
much is, yeah. It's pretty much a character action.
it doesn't look at all like a Final Fantasy game has been in the past.
No, and, like, especially when I went to go play Remnant where it's the opposite of linear. It's like, "Hey, just go kill the big guy every
Yeah,
that's it."
go figure it out, pal, you
Go
got
fi
this.
Like, there's no directions or arrows. You can click on your map, get a little objective, like, my objective has been for the past 15 hours, go kill the big guys, and that's been it. The past 15 hours I've been playing the game. But it's crazy because they set it up well to where, like, I know where to go and how to get there. So, the first few hours is, like, difficult of Remnant to figure it out, but, like, it takes, like, a few hours until you really interact with it, and then you're like, "Ah, I get it now." God, but I'm in such a good mood from games and anime as of recent. Oh, how about you? Are you in a good mood from shit?
Dude, honestly, I am. Like, between this season of a series actually being, like, really, really solid. I mean, we've
So fucking good, dude.
talked about it for the last 2 months on here, like, it's just fantastic. This coming up season that's starting next week looks also not equally as good at, like, in terms of strength, but, like, there's still a lot of good shows coming out. And then, dude, honestly, games, like, that I've chosen to play have been really good too.
Oh, dude, it's
I've
been so good.
I've, like, kinda moved away from competitive shooters just because I'm old, and I just don't care like I used to anymore. And I've been having more fun with, either RPG games like Elden Ring or, um, Tainted Grail or Rogue Trader. Notice how Metaphor still isn't on that list. Uh,
It's an RPG, you'll get there, dude.
yeah, I will get
Like
there,
how
we'll get there.
you benched Metaphor to buy a new game.
Dude, I've gotten, like, 3 new games. Like,
That was so funny.
dude, started playing GTFO
Oh, yeah,
and
you love that game. I saw what you played it 9 days ago. How many you have, like, 3 hours on that, I think I saw.
5. It is hard. It is hard. But, like,
Which, coming from you, that's crazy because 'cause you're usually really good at games as much as I hate admitting it.
dude, it is challenging. It is a difficult game, but, like, the feeling of completing a difficult mission is like, "I did it!"
Oh, yeah, there's, like, that sense of euphoria, kinda like killing a big boss in Elden Ring or something.
Yeah, and, like,
Yeah.
all the negative reviews on here are basically, "It's a small community, you need 3 other friends," which is absolutely true. You
Yeah.
need a 4 stack to do it. Unless you're unemployed and wanna make a YouTube video about beating the game solo, which is
Yeah.
absolutely
When I Googled, on YouTube GTFO because 'cause you're talking about it, that was the first thing that came up. It was, like, the first rundown or whatever it was called, solo, and he was, like, propped up on a bridge with, like, turrets. I don't know what he's doing, but it seemed like he was just holding his ground there. It's like, good for you, buddy. It sounds pretty fucking hard.
No, it's a lot of coordination and problem solving
Yeah.
as a group. So I would say, you know what? My parents growing up, they always said video games make you retarded. To an extent, they were somewhat correct because look at what Ubisoft is pumping out these days. But on the flip side, I would say that this game would make you a better communicator, problem solver, and would help you with conflict resolution in groups.
You know what? I totally agree with that. If you kinda like with other those co-op games, like, you have to actually communicate with each other. Kinda same like when we were playing Apex a little bit to an extent, right?
Mhm.
We had to, like, communicate. Granted, it was more of just clicking the ping enemy button a million times, and you'd be like, "Fucking stop pinging." But either way, we were communicating, and that's what matters.
Yeah, dude, like, even, like, picking loadouts for everybody, like, communicating what you're taking, like, it can really determine where your placement's gonna be, where you are in room clears, where you're gonna be on, like, defenses for security doors and what your job is. Like, it's all very everyone has their seat on the bus, kinda stay in your seat unless things go off the rails, and then it's kind of a, scramble, but you have to know kinda what you're doing and what to do if things go wrong, and you
Right.
actually have to use your brain, which I
Yep.
really like, and, yeah, I feel like, I mean, you mentioned it with Remnant a little bit, like, I feel like games have lost that over
Oh,
the
yeah.
years.
Yeah,
It
we've been
respects you.
talking yeah, we've been talking a lot more recently, getting away from the games that let you beat the game based on just, improving your character, like through skill trees or whatever. I like that to an extent, but I want to also be the one that like I have to figure it out and actually get better as a player, not just make my character better. Cause, I can grind endlessly and get better. That's fine. But I would also like to have some input of like, "Oh, I beat this guy because I got better." That's what Remnant's been. Is like there's been a few characters, bosses I've had to fight. I had no fucking clue what to do at first, or I was like, "How do I do this?" I was like, "Maybe I have to come back for this one," but I keep doing it. I'm like, now I'm figuring it out where they're weak and what to do.
Mhm.
So I respect games a whole lot that let the character figure it out.
Like, dude, and GTFO, like, to give you an idea of how challenging it is, uh, 4% of people have completed the first rundown.
Oh yeah, you told me that.
And there are 8 rundowns in the game.
Yeah.
Uh, Even more so, like, only 8% of people have killed, like, a scout enemy, so it just alerts the room. Only 8% have killed them without it alerting anything. And it's like, Jesus Christ, this
It's a little tough, I would say, to be
like,
honest.
it respects you as the player, like, it throws challenges at you, but it's not a It is impossible.
Yeah.
It's a if you work together correctly and are know what's going on, it is possible. Won't be easy, but it'll be possible.
We love games now. Yeah, I'm just really happy with games, obviously, but Final Fantasy, but yeah, I like games that respect you for sure.
Yeah.
Also random, I wanna shout out Jim because he apparently listens to every episode, so Jim, if you're listening, we love you.
Hell yeah, Jim, weekly listener, love you, bud.
He texted me, he's like, "Dude, I can't wait for the next episode to come out." I was like, "Oh, shit, you listen?" I thought people just accidentally click on our podcast.
Thanks, Jimothy.
That's
Big
funny.
ups.
Yeah, alright. I wanna talk about something real quick. Real quick Nintendo rant. I
What?
know it's a weekly thing. So
Copia?
what?
You talk about Pocopia?
Okay, I've actually heard really good things about that. Like, people fucking are loving that. I will give them credit on that. This is more of in the movie scene. Have you seen the new poster for the new Mario Galaxy movie?
I have.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they have Fox on it.
Yeah.
I'm so sad about it, dude. So sad. I'm gonna tell you why. First of all, this actually starts with me watching starting season 2 of Free Run the other day. So I started watching that. I'm like 3 episodes in. One thing I noticed that I really appreciated, and you probably can speak to this as well in other shows maybe that also do this, was the amount of time in the episode where there was no dialogue and it was like you just would hear nature or they would be having, visuals of the sky, very frequent. No dialogue, you would just sit with whatever was previously said. Loved that. It
It's great.
slowed the pace down. Like it was kind of like they said more by saying less. And I was really into that. Like that was like the slowest pace of an episode, few episodes I've seen, but they still managed to pack in a lot in terms of what they were saying, dialogue, progression of the story. Loved it. And I'm realizing that's a big thing I hate about Hollywood is the shows, movies, whatever, they don't go 14 milliseconds without some goofy character like chiming in saying some stupid line that has nothing to do with anything. It's just to appease like the ADHD children of the United States and other countries, whatever. And I hate the quirkiness and bloated dialogue that is in a lot of these movies. And one thing I remember loving about Star Fox Adventures was one of my favorite games ever growing up. The concept's fucking sweet. All of Star Fox obviously set in the future, and your team and one of your allies crashes into a prehistoric planet full of dinosaurs. So your technology is now mixing in with prehistoric dinosaurs, and you recruit a small triceratops as an ally to help communicate and work your way through the continent. Like, fucking awesome. And Star Fox is kinda known for being a little bit more gritty and, he can say less and get away with it and, be a cool character. And I just feel like they are going to ruin everything I love about Star Fox
Well,
with
yeah, they're
this.
gonna do the whole, they're gonna, of course, do a
But yeah, that's the fucking frog guy he has, but I also think that they're either gonna try to do like a Marvel Avengers thing where they're gonna start fucking throwing Nintendo characters in the Mario universe and have a Thanos-esque character. Maybe it's the Master Hand, who knows? That'd be kinda sweet, but or they're gonna try to do a Super Smash Bros. Movie eventually, which I feel like that's gonna happen, let's be honest. There's no way that wouldn't happen. It's way too fucking big. But yeah, anyways, I feel like they're gonna ruin one of my favorite Nintendo characters, and I'm not happy about it
well,
because I
dude,
hate the Mario movies, but go
here's the
ahead.
thing. We get Chris Pratt. We get Chris Pratt doing the voice that he worked tirelessly on to be Mario a second time. So just think about that for a second. Think how blessed we are.
Are you trying to sell me off this or onto it?
I just think it was hilarious in the promos before the
God,
trailer came
dude.
out. He was talking about how much effort and work he put in to doing Mario's voice correctly. And then you hear it, it's just Chris Pratt.
That's like, have you seen this one clip? of James Franco. I think it was in Downton Abbey. Um, and it's a very English speaking show. He has 0 English accent in the show at all, like, he's not even trying. And some people I think it was under Shitty Movie Details subreddit. Some people say James Franco learned how to speak English by, watching Downton Abbey with the volume off. No, it wasn't he wasn't in Downton Abbey, he was in a different English speaking show, and he people were like, "Yeah, he learned how to speak in an English accent by watching Downton Abbey with the volume off." 'Cause he just doesn't try in the whole show. I forget what show it was, but I was like, "Oh, that's
Uh,
fucking funny." That's how I feel it is with Chris Pratt. He just didn't try. I was thinking about this last night. I'm like, you know, obviously no one to Mario, besides I think maybe Peach in the games was the only one who had dialogue or talked. I was like, I don't know if they could have had a movie where there's no dialogue and just action. Obviously, it would not fly with traditional audiences. I would probably find a way to like it, but I don't know. I don't know if they could do that, but obviously, yeah, it wouldn't by any means. But dude, it's so bad. I hate it. I hate the Mario movies. I know people kind of like them. Not for me though. I don't know. I think I'm too old. I don't know.
yeah, we're both getting up there in years. It's
Yeah, well, dude,
tragic.
also, I'm centuries older than you, so I don't wanna hear it.
If by centuries you mean 2 whole days, then yes.
Yeah, that's right. Actually, I'm pretty sure that, like, was it September 20th is when they have the cutoff from, millennial to Gen X, and so you're just having to be left behind with the millennials. I'm Gen X.
You mean Z?
No, I'm one above you, I'm older than you. That's how
What are you
old I
talking
am.
Gen X was you fucking retard? What are you talking about? We're born in the same year.
No, no, the cutoff for it, though, is, like, September 20th.
That's great.
1990s.
Okay, so if you were born on the 19th, 1996, they're gonna say, "You know what? You specifically, we're gonna lump you in with people born in the early '80s to the late '60s."
Now you're getting it.
Are you what are you talking
Finally, you're picking up what I'm putting down. That's what I'm saying.
You think a bunch of doctors got together and were just like, "We gotta do it." Like, it's the only
But
thing that makes a logical sense here.
yeah, doctors made up
And
Gen.
they went,
That's
"Well,
what
what are we gonna do in 2 days?" Those fucking dweebs. It's like, throw them with the iPad kids. Like,
that's that's what they did. Dude, I don't make the rules. I just follow them.
they're like, what's gonna be the difference?" Well, you see, on the 19th, those kids are gonna talk about, how hard they had it growing up and,
Yeah, yeah.
bitch relentlessly about walking to school both ways uphill in the snow, and then 2 days later, they're gonna be iPad kids watching Cocomelon.
Isn't it weird how that's how we look at generations? Like that's literally how we look at them sometimes. Is
Dude,
like
I don't
this generation is going to be iPad kids. This generation is gonna make cringy TikToks about fashion and coffee.
You know what? I'll break from our regularly scheduled programming here to go on a quick rant because I'll
Dude, go
say
ahead.
this and I don't feel bad. Um, growing up and going through and seeing, uh, this September 11th attacks in 2001, being in school for that, the financial crisis, 20 years of war, and then now getting into another one, a pandemic, all this before I turned 30. And then I gotta listen to boomers talk about, "We had a gas crisis in the '70s.
We have a
That
gas
was real."
crisis now.
Dude, thank you. Rationing gas. I'm like, "Look, man, besides the point, okay? This isn't just boomer hate, okay? Here's my point, because I feel like boomer hate online is just kinda commonplace. Anyone and their brother could do it. Here's what I'll say. Millennials, us, bitched for years online about how the boomers had it so easy. Gen X had it easier than they're letting on, and they refused to admit it. They weren't great at raising their kids because they brought them up and have indoctrinated them into this world that we live in now, and all these other problems like education, raising them like could have been better. And so What do they do when they have kids? They fuck it up. Think about it, dude. How many kids have you run into that are aged like 16, like 10 to, I don't know, 18 maybe, that you are just thinking like, you're fucking doomed, dude.
Dude, not even that age. I'll extend it to like 22. I teach college kids, and wow, they are behind. It
Dude,
is crazy.
here's when I knew things were bad. It came up in my algorithm of teachers reading emails from parents.
Yes, I've seen this. The one dude, he will read out emails. I have so seen that video.
And I'm like,
Multiple of those.
they're like, the reason my daughter was late to school today was because it was raining and she doesn't like the rain. So we just waited for it to stop. I'm like, are you kidding me?
So that's crazy too, because like I was thinking about that. I'm like, wow, so it's really not just the kids, it's the parents also.
Making excuses. Or you said my son was being disruptive in class, so you singled him out, and that was
Oh, I
like
saw
really
that.
tough. So I need you to apologize to him. Like millennials are making the softest sacks of shit for the next generation. And you know what? I will couple this in with, I don't know if it's millennials, maybe some of the younger Gen X, making games a safe place for people. I learned so many fun words at
From
13
Modern
years
Warfare
old.
2, baby.
Yes, 2009. Like, do you know how many words I learned
Yeah,
from
did you learn them now?
strangers? Yes. But you know what I did? I was able to recognize some of these I probably shouldn't repeat to my parents and ask, what does this mean? I just took it and internalized it.
Yeah, or you actually say it around your parents and they're like and then they smack you over the face and like and then I'm like, "That I should not say that." Now I know that. Whereas I feel like nowadays, if you say a "bad word," quote unquote, it's like, "Oh, honey, we need to talk about the origins of critical race theory on that so you don't say that ever again." Like, no, just tell me it's bad, smack me across the face, and I'll figure it out. Creatures of habit, we know what to do.
And I think fundamentally, I object to making games safer places for people in terms of like language and interactions. When the governing body on game ratings says on their rating for the game, online interactions not rated by us. So why is it that the developer then goes, well, it's our job to make it as nice as possible? The game is rated mature.
Yeah,
There is blood, gore, violence, and language. The fact that you're catering it to children to make it safer for them blows my mind. And if it's for an adult, too bad. The world's not nice, buddy.
correct.
Someone's calling you a mean name. Here are your options: mute them or get good at talking shit back. There's no in between.
It's my favorite thing, I think I saw this a long time ago. It was like it's so funny, like, we were kind of back in, like, the cyberbullying days. I kinda forgot that even existed, to be honest. It was like this dude made a video. It was a 10-second long video. He's like, "Alright, everybody, I'm gonna show you how to stop cyberbullying." So, as you can see, I'm sitting in my computer, and all I'm gonna do is get up and walk away. I was like, "Holy shit, he's right."
Dude, I remember in school having assemblies about cyberbullying
Oh, so did I.
because some kid decided this is too much and they hung themselves in their closet. And I'm like, are we being serious right now? I was like, disengage. Don't even give them the time of day. You come to school and some smart ass in your class is like, did you see what they're saying online about you? You know what your options are? Say, nah, I didn't see it. Keep walking. Cyberbullying requires the engagement of the other person.
Yes, exactly.
Actual bullying, you can get the brakes beat off you just for walking
Oh,
down the
dude.
hallway like a gay guy.
For sure. Dude, I heard stories about there's this guy, there was like, well, his dad was online. His name was Skank Hunt 42, and he would have wine and then he would Photoshop pictures of dicks into people's mouths and stuff like that. And then he ended up going to the Swedish embassy as Von Miller. You ever heard that story?
Yeah.
That was a pretty crazy story, and I was like, "Oh, you can just get up and walk away, it's not that hard," but everyone got really upset about it.
Dude, I cannot wait. I don't know. I'd have to ask some of the younger kids at work if, like, they still have campaigns against cyberbullying, and I've had conversations with some of the kids at work about, like, "Hey, do you guys, like, have a bullying problem?" Or, like, "Do you ever talk about it?" They're like, "I mean, we talk about it, but it's not really a problem anymore." I'm like, "Yeah, that explains a lot."
You know what's is funny is I think it's like a problem that, we don't hear about it anymore, obviously, but I think it's a problem that like ended up solving itself. People realized you can just get up and walk away and no one really gives a shit. Like just stop giving them attention. It doesn't really happen anymore. But that's what I kind of think. I don't know. Weird.
Or you do the power move with cyberbullying is, say you're getting cyberbullied. All you gotta
Sure.
do is reach up, bring them down to your level where you can beat them
Beat
with
'em with
experience.
experience.
Yes.
Yeah. As
Yes.
Dude, every time I say that, people get so mad at me because they're like, "Fuck, I hate how good you are at that." I'm like, "Don't get in an argument with me." It does, and I think, like, it honestly made me so much better. It was like it kinda normalized me because I was a little stupid ADHD crackhead when I was younger,
Mhm.
and I was like, "Man, if I was still like that, I'd be off the walls annoying," and I'm glad I got bullied a little bit because it was very normalizing. It made me kind of fit in a little bit better. And the thing is, people think like, oh, well, you can't express yourself if you're like normalized. I was like, no, you still can. You got to express yourselves in the ways that confine kind of with society. I'm not saying that we have to be completely opposite of Japan, where we're all homogeneous and we're all the exact same, but we also shouldn't be so outlandish just for the sake of being outlandish and out there. It's obnoxious.
You
It's
know,
so
I only realized into adulthood, looking back at elementary and some into middle school, just how often or kinda, like, how mean some kids are actually being. Because 'cause I'd remember interactions, I'm like, "Oh, shit, I was on the receiving end of that, I didn't even realize." It's like, if you're just oblivious and retarded enough, like, they just don't care.
That's true. That is also true. If you just don't even understand that you're getting bullied, they're gonna be like, "Oh man, I feel like I'm beating up a poor kid." But you know who I learned not to bully people from? Naruto. Dude,
Have
so
demons in them.
that kind of reminds me. I stumbled upon this post today, and it was top 10 biggest lies in anime, and I'm gonna tell you my favorite ones.
Okay.
Number 10. This is said by Yuji, and he said, "Who's Gojo?" The next one was I haven't watched all of One Piece, but this is by Zoro. I have a very good sense of direction. It's all these pictures of him, and I know where the fuck to go. And then you'll get this one better than I will. I kinda get this one, but I don't remember as much, but this is from Ichigo. He said, "I can't even imagine Chad losing."
Gets into one serious fight, gets the absolute bag beaten out of him, like,
Right. This is one of my favorites. This is from Sakura. "I finally caught up with those 2."
come on.
Oh, this is another good one. They keep getting better. Number 4, this is from Hiruzen. "I will take care of Naruto." This is from Kaori from Your Lie in April. "I just told a single lie." Oh, and then the last one is from Aaron Yeager. "I've always hated you, Mikasa." I was like, that was a pretty funny post I saw earlier
That
today.
was
Oh, and then there's Netero said, "That thing is stronger than me." He was
okay.
stronger. He's so humble. I love him. What a
Man.
good guy. Boy. All right.
Dude, what else am I seeing here? Tell me about Project Helix, that
That's
is.
right. We got to talk about Xbox. And you know what's funny? I was gonna look more at Xbox stuff because they had a big event yesterday, and I didn't look into it much. I looked at a few games that looked pretty good. There's a Yakuza style game that looked pretty cool, which honestly looked really fantastic. But someone posted on Reddit. It was like, here's a recap of the Xbox Games Showcase or whatever it was. The first comment on Reddit was, this dude commented it was just a sleeping emoji. And now I was like, all right, that kind of tells me a little bit about what I need to know. I looked at a few of the trailers and stuff. I need to look at more of them. This only kind of all came out like yesterday, and I was busy yesterday. So, Project Helix, from what I understand so far, we talked about this a little bit in terms of the new CEO of Xbox taking over, very AI heavy, and she wants to push AI really hard. However, I think they're going to probably still put a lot of effort into Game Pass, but I think they're going to eventually totally remove themselves from the console war. However, I'm not sure about that because from all speculations, Xbox Project Helix is apparently going to be so to start off with this, let me go back a second. A few years ago, they released the Asus ROG 2 or X, whatever it was. It's
Mhm.
essentially a handheld, and they just slapped a Xbox sticker on the back of it and called it an Xbox product. They're kind of going to start doing this essentially with Project Helix, which is they're going to create a PC, a pre-built PC, and they're probably just going to slap an Xbox logo on it, which I think it's like they're trying to just, have another company make the product and they're going to use Xbox to sell more of that. So they might do Asus or Rogue again and then just slap an Xbox logo on it and call it a PC to sell units of that. I don't know how it's going to work, but I'm like, okay, you're just making a PC. Who fucking cares? Anyone can do that for way cheaper. So, I mean, the handheld, I think is a little bit different because there was less competition for that when they made that a year or two ago. But trying to break into the PC market with a pre-built, that's crazy. There's no way I
Giving
think that's
me
going to work out all that well.
it's giving me Alienware vibes.
Yeah, for sure, a little bit. And speaking of, I think I saw that the PlayStation 5 increased their prices recently. Again.
Great, it's good. I mean, I don't have one, so I don't really care, but
I think I heard, Sony is raising PS5 prices by $100 in April.
good God. Really?
Yeah.
That's
PS5 Pro will be $900 as of April 2nd. What is it made out of? It's
pure
going
Ram
up to
6. It's
650 from 550 for the base standard PS5. Holy crap, dude.
dude, at that point, just
Wow.
just get a PC. At
Yeah,
that
this is
point,
actually
honest.
this is a few hours ago. This is like earlier today. Holy shit. What about it is appreciating in value? Someone please tell me that.
Dude, it's
What about it is
component.
appreciating?
Dude, you know what it is?
Oh, it's
It's
like, yeah, it's true. It's the
it,
components.
it's data centers sucking up all the computer components and companies like Nvidia saying, "We're going to shift away from consumer products and go towards commercial."
Yeah, it's fucking annoying. Yeah, and then also I don't know. I'm still split on it on if AI is going to blow up or not. But everything I've seen has been leading me to believe AI is going to collapse here soon. I mean, Disney just pulled out of a multi-billion-dollar deal with OpenAI and Sora to create characters, and they pulled out of that from a lot of OpenAI and Sam Altman drama. But aside from that, from the general gist I am understanding, a side note too, with OpenAI of their board members, including founders, of the I think 10 original people, only 2 people remain because of a lot of issues they're having with, AI in general. They moved away from it. But I think what's kind of going on that I'm seeing, and I could be wrong, this is just my interpretation, is that people are trying to spend money at the kind of consumer rate that people believe that, people are going to invest in AI way faster than people are actually buying into it.
Well,
So they're billions and billions of dollars, but they're projecting those sales to happen later and later, but I just don't think they're really ever going to show up and come to be.
it it feels like the dot-com bubble.
Yeah, I mean, did you see the modern MBA video of comparing it to the dot-com bubble?
Okay, but no, I haven't. Am I like, but is that crazy?
That's literally a video that he made a few weeks ago. Like he compared it, whereas in the dot com bubble, people eventually bought onto it, but he does not see that happening with this at all.
He does not.
Because the guy was talking about, he's like, the thing is that there's so many people telling you, "Hey, AI is gonna be the future. It's the future. It's the future." But they're not really there's no reason for you to actually buy into it. They're just telling you you need to buy into it because it's gonna be the future. People
It's
are kinda
all hype.
realizing it's all hype. Yeah, it's all hype. Like, dude, AI does some funny things, but the more you try to implement it into actual bigger products, the more problems you see. And people are
Yes.
kinda realizing that a little bit, I think.
I
But I
think,
think it's all hype.
well, I think like usability, it's plateauing. It's
Mhm.
like new technology make a lot of advancements early, but then the further into it you go, the less big jumps you're able to make. Like,
Yeah.
put it this way, like fiber optic cable, huge in terms of internet speed delivery.
Oh, I agree.
They knew that they were able to send more data through fiber optic cables. They were unsure of how to do it until recently. So again, like the invention of it, huge jump.
Mhm.
But then for years and years and years, they were in this plateau of we believe that we're maxed out. And then they had another breakthrough where they were able to figure out how to send more data through, but now we're back to like another plateau again.
Yeah.
And I like AI. Here's what bothers me about it. I don't hear normal people talking about how great it is. I
True. Only big CEOs.
hear billionaire CEOs, I hear politicians and government talking about how great it is. It's the way of the future. Here's everything we're going to use it for. And it seems very idealized.
Yes.
And I don't see any practical world use out of it outside of them serving their own interests with it. Everyone else has to pay the price, both in products, power for regions, and data consumption.
Yeah.
So, like, the average person gets screwed again.
Mhm.
And yeah, I don't know. It's all hype and based on promises that have yet to be realized
Oh, for sure.
is how all of their money is getting inflated right now through trading. And like, could you hop on? Yeah, but like I also don't really want to be around it if and when it crashes
Yeah.
because
It definitely feels very reasonable to say that it is going to crash. There's not a lot of promise in saying it's gonna do much better because, like, we're kinda getting to the point where, it can do a lot of things. I think it's, like, really good for, like, workflow things, if you're just working a normal job and, like, say, like, your boss offers it to you to expedite your workflow,
Mhm.
fantastic, but it cannot really do a lot of other things that are needed for other jobs all that efficiently with accuracy. You're gonna find some, inaccuracies here and there and make some big mess ups. I heard of like a really big mess up an AI program made. I can't remember what it was for, but they're kind of like more just prone to loss and, causing problems a lot of the time. But I don't know. I think they're like way over and they're investing way more into AI than profits they're going to see. Like they're just not going to see the amount of profits that they want with how much they're investing, and they're losing money hand over fist because they're investing, but they're not seeing any profits to match what their investments are saying.
So they
I
gotta
don't know,
hype
man.
it up more and make even more big promises, and that
Yeah,
gets more people to buy in, and it's just this cycle. But I think Ben Affleck put it best of like he's like, "Realistically, let's think about it. What is AI ultimately gonna be used for in its best form? A tool. It's gonna be a tool.
I agree.
Like everything else, like, it's not gonna it might help, but it might become a part of daily life, but he's like, "It's not gonna revolutionize or as it stands, it's not going to completely automate processes in a meaningful way because it's not
Yeah,
consistent enough."
right. Yeah, someone I know heard talking said it in a really good way. Like a lot of these CEOs, big people want to think and give you AI as the way to do anything on your own. For example, like let's just take, I don't know, something dumb. Like let's say it could automate swordsmithing. Here's the thing, or like any product, doesn't matter. Like, would you rather have the tools to make something yourself and have it come out half-assed, or would you rather hire and pay a professional to make a really good product for you? That's what I think they're trying to like market AI as is like it can do this whole thing for you so you don't have to outsource labor anywhere else to anybody else because it can just do it for you. But it's not going to do it very well. Where I'd rather just go have somebody, maybe it's like editing a video. I don't know, just do this thing for me and I can know it's going to come back with high quality. So I think that was like a good way of I don't need a tool to do something. I would just rather somebody do it and pay them to do it well. So I think that's a good way to put it. But yeah, that was a little tangent off of Project Helix. I'm skeptical about it for the most part. I'm not really into it, but I'm excited to see what happens because I love seeing the downfall of Xbox happen. I love seeing them fuck up and make mistakes. It's fun for me.
I mean, they love shooting themselves in the foot and then going, "Couldn't? How did we not see this come?"
I know. Yeah, do you want to wrap up with our last little topic here, and then we'll finish up because we're hopefully we can finish up within around an hour 40 or something maybe today.
Why do manga readers for shows seem hell bent on ruining everyone's good time?
I think it's because they want to make themselves feel better and more superior for reading the original source material. Whereas when you watch a show or an anime and have a good time, they hate it because they're taking extra lengths to enjoy the purest form of the medium. That's like my stance. I don't know though, but I'm happy to discuss this topic. What do you think
It's ac-
about that?
That's actually a really well thought out answer.
Top of my head, really.
I think there are adaptations of shows that are not so good. Um,
Okay, cool.
Tokyo Ghoul, Berserk, beginning after the end season 1. We'll see how season 2 goes. But yeah, then people are like, this is a disservice to the source material, and you get these like, I don't know, knuckle dragging window lickers that go, all source material is better.
I didn't know manga was just a bunch of Lance Strolls.
Dude, but then it's like everything, and they nitpick. They nitpick. So, like,
Yeah.
obviously, the Berserk 2016 adaptation was an absolute abortion of a show, and the manga is way better.
Even the
But
1997 version of it was much better.
yes, but then you get people who like, but the manga and the adaptation are solid. So, like, in Free Ren, JJK, there were people this season who were whining about, oh, they actually didn't adapt these 4 pages correctly, or they messed this panel up because how they laid things out in the conversation these 2 characters had wasn't how it was in the manga, or it went on longer, or the framing was different. And it's like, yeah, but in an adaptation, you got to consider like scene flow.
Yeah.
It can be jarring to go from like one hard cut to another in a completely different angle with people after only a few seconds where they say like one sentence and then jump.
Mhm.
I don't know, man. Like, I think it's just people wanting to sound right
Yeah.
online all the time.
Uh-huh.
And it's
What was it?
exhausting.
It was like piggybacking off of what you just said. I forget what show it was. Maybe it was JJK where I can't remember what it was, but I asked you, I was like, "Oh, how'd you like that episode and that fight's adaptation compared to the manga?" And you were like, "They did it so well because this entire fight scene was only like 4 panels and they extended it to make it flow way better and have more there in
Mm.
substance." And I forget what it was, but you were like, "I love that." So they added more to it. Sometimes they take away and it's not great, but sometimes they add to it like that and they make it a way better product to fit the medium. Like, it's just going to be different when it's on screen versus you're reading panels.
Then oh god, what else? Even in well, AOT, that was that was a little bit of a reversal because I think the adaptation was really, really well done. That was an instance, I think, of the manga readers kind of shutting their mouths because they knew what endings were coming.
Yeah, it's
What,
kind of
like,
funny
the
when they
possible
shut up
endings.
when it's good, but when it's not good, they're the most vocal people about it.
Yeah. Like, the ending of AOT is, like, pretty famously lampooned on because it's wacky. It doesn't really make
Mhm.
a whole lot of sense. And I knew when manga readers were basically shutting up, or you'd see people asking, "Hey, manga readers, like, "How's the ending?" And they were like, "It's an ending, all right."
Yeah, but
I
then
was
there's also, like, aspects of, I just love the different kinds of medium, and it's, like, more of, like, just enjoy whatever medium you like, so, like, I turned on Free Run Season 2, and, I haven't read it or anything, whatever, don't really care to, it's just because I enjoy watching the anime of it, but I was like the first, like, 20 seconds, I was like, "My god, the hand drawn with colored pencils looks gorgeous, and you do not get that in manga. It was like the colors of Frieren were vibrant. They were so alive, and I was just like, look, it was like eye candy for me. I was like, oh man, you do not get that as much in manga. Like the only one you get that is like in Solo Leveling because they're colored pictures, but yeah, you don't get that a whole lot in that medium, which I really like. But I still think it's like either way, you're gonna get maybe sometimes better storytelling and pacing through manga, but you might get some really cool, visuals and mediums through anime. So it's kind of like whatever you prefer, but the gatekeeping is crazy, dude.
dude, speaking of manga and endings, you up to date on Chainsaw Man?
Did I hear that they finished?
Yeah.
Wow, it was so funny too because someone mentioned like so far season 1 and see the movie has gone through like 39 chapters and there's like 239 chapters remaining. I
Mhm.
was like, "Oh shit." Yeah, I did
Uh,
hear that though.
kind of abrupt.
Yeah, I'd be very curious now. Now that I know it's over, I kind of want to go pick up my manga collection and finish that one out because I know it's over. I wonder how many chapters I currently have. I gotta check.
It's definitely an ending.
Don't fucking say that.
It's an ending of all time.
An ending of all time.
Yeah, it's
Great.
one of the endings of all time.
Great, thank you. So, it looks like the volume I currently have, let's see here.
Can I pull a Jake and just tell you?
No. The volume I currently have, I have volume 15, it goes through chapter 133. So,
You're like halfway.
hey on that. I was gonna mention this too. We got another new anime that came out with episode 1, not new, but a continuation, and already off to a crazy flying good start. And I
What?
am JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh, Steel Ball Run.
Yeah, it came out the other day and it's got 9.7 for the first episode. I'm like, "Whoa."
If it dude, okay,
Dude, if it can
I
follow up on Golden Wind,
I'm gonna try and not sound like the people I just bashed really hard, but
boy,
if it does a good job of adapting the manga, like, it's set. It's
sweet.
so good.
Dude, I mean, like, JoJo's had some banger seasons besides Stone Ocean. I heard that one was bad.
Yeah, it is alright.
But yeah, I remember, dude, and like we talked about this before. I asked you about a week or two ago. I was like, "What's that one anime or show you can just put on the background and because you know what's going on that you can just listen to?" And for me, it's JoJo because I've watched it so many times. A lot of the episodes are not really continuous, and it's just I get a goofy, fun story. It's entertaining. I love it as background noise. Characters are fucking hilarious. I love that. They have such unique seasons, stories, concepts, all that stuff, and that is one of my favorite shows to have on the background, so maybe I'll check out Steel Ball Run and then go back through the whole thing because why not?
Yeah, I don't see why not. And dude, the thing I love about it is every single different part of the series, the stand abilities get wackier and wackier.
Dude,
And
they are
I
so
love it.
clever. Like, who was it? Was it Giorno that had the zipper guy, or who was that? Joe Zipper Man.
Well, Giorno is Dio's kid, so his
Yes.
was a lot like the world.
Oh,
Less
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, you're right. It was his name literally just Zipper Man? But his was super cool, like, he could just use his zippers for everything. Okay, hold on. Wait. So, I guess they changed his name from Zipper Man from to Zipperman from Sticky Fingers, and the first comment I'm reading is both sound like wanted molesters. Yeah, all the stands are super cool. Sticky Fingers and Zipperman.
Dude, the thing that I'm kind of bummed about because of
Uh,
licensing in the adaptation, they have to change the name of a lot of the stands and characters
oh,
because
yeah.
Araki names them. I mean, he names them after like rock or classic rock acts or people, and so he he's got they have to change him for serialization.
Yeah. Oh, Mista is one of my favorite characters from JoJo.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Dude, I love Mista. I was like, "Who the fuck is it?" Dude, I remember I think it was, my roommate had a hat that looked exactly like his, and I was like, "You look exactly like this guy from JoJo right now." I was like, "You look so fucking stupid." In the best way possible, by the way. God, I love his little
Mista.
bullets. Mista. Oh, that was fun. I'm watching Hell's Paradise. I finished To Be Hero X. We talked about that a little bit, I think.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to finish up that, and then I gotta run through Freerun. I wanna check out Steel Ball Run, but then I gotta go through JJK, so I got a lot ahead of me. But I am gonna fucking play Remnant the rest of my day until I have to go do stuff.
I'm gonna play Tainted Grail.
Fantastic. I'm gonna
I
hang
don't know
out for a
about
little
you.
bit. Yeah, I'm gonna hang out for a little bit so we can game a little bit, and I gotta go do stuff. But
You really need
anything
it.
else for the episode?
I mean, it's great to be back.
Oh my god, it's so great. Our fans missed us.
I know, and you know what? I'll shoulder the blame for this one because last week you texted me at like 8:30, and I was already up, out, and doing stuff, and I totally forgot. I was like an hour away from home,
Oh, that's
and then
good.
and then I got home at like when I texted you back, I was an hour from home, and I was like, ah, so
Well, yeah, we're back now, so all good. But
back to our
um,
regularly scheduled programming.
that's right. Yeah, we'll meet up next week, see if anything new comes out or anything we got to talk about.
Well,
But
I think next week, let me see. Yeah, so
anything come
this
out?
coming week premieres for the new season start. So,
Man, already? Oh,
yeah, looking forward to that. Yeah. I think like next week, I think into next Friday, definitely into the second week of April. The first episodes for everything will be out. So that'll be
whoa!
something to talk about.
I just googled this. I didn't know. Apparently, Rooster Fighter came out March 4th.
Yeah,
The
dude,
fuck?
totally forgot.
I didn't know that. I thought it
Yeah,
was coming out in April.
so did I. And
I
then
was
I
like,
saw a
I
clip of
know.
it and I'm like, "Oh, this is a promo." And they're like, "No, episode 1's out." I'm like, "Excuse me?"
Shit. Have you watched it yet?
No, I keep
Oh
forgetting.
shit! Yeah, we got to go watch that. Man, I'm so excited to watch this. Oh yeah. Anyway, that's on the. We'll review that next week.
First couple episodes, yeah.
Oh, oh yeah, that's right. Because we'll have a few episodes by then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be in April next week. Easy peasy. But any closing words?
I love all of you beautiful fans, especially you, Jim.
God, you kiss ass.
Not Jake though. That guy blows.
He doesn't listen to this. Let's be honest. There's unless we had a fighting scene. We fight
Yeah,
on the podcast and he watches it.
that's true.
He's gonna
I th-
Google useless filler fight scenes.
I think the doctors might have accidentally taken out some of his brain with those bone fragments.
Yeah, he had to get bone fragments removed from his elbow. Dude, he pulled 10 fragments.
That is diabolical.
I mean, he sent me the picture. I'm like, dude, is there any bone remaining? Like,
I
Jesus.
tried telling him this is the perfect time to hit the gym now that those are all, taken out of there. He's going to feel better than ever.
Yeah, dude, I can't imagine what it's gonna be like now doing anything without 10 bone fragments in your elbow. Good for him.
Raping against everything. Yeah.
Dude, no thank you. Anyways, we'll wrap it up. Thank you all for listening. It's been a pleasure. This has been a fun episode back. We had a lot of good stuff to talk about. I like this episode. This is fun. There's a
It
lot
was
of
a good
recap stuff.
episode.
Yeah.
Next week, tune in next week to see if we do secure the Barefoot Shoe sponsorship that I've been dying to get.
We'll get it. We'll get a Hey Dude sponsorship as well.
Ooh.
That's right.
Hey, dude.
Hey Dude.
All
What was
right.
that?
Thank you all for listening and tune in next week.
A big guy.